Hey Saggy Seekers, welcome back to the Existential Shift. If you're new, my name is Morgainne. Lovely to make your acquaintance. Okay. Whew. So mid-May into mid-June, next month-ish. Working with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Those are a lot of cards. One step at a time, please. One card at a time. Okay. These still a lot of cards. Wow. Okay, it's the second time a huge bunch of cards comes out, and I'm gonna just take it. I think you want to make a big leap at once, and you're kind of tired of the baby steps. So let's see what this energy is about. We're starting with the Hermit and Seven of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Justice, Seven of Wands, Hierophant, and Six of Pentacles. Okay. You're concluding something that you've been very patient with, you've been very consistent with, devoted, honest, and you don't feel it brings back or reciprocates or just makes you feel in a way that, okay, this is worth it, right? This was the good path for me to focus on, or this is something I'm happy to give more energy to. You feel like there's a new direction that you want to take. You recognize that you can't do both. And there's something needs to be cut off. Some sort of commitment needs to be relieved of whilst committing to something else. But it's pretty big and intense, and it's pretty like, it's kind of, I'm picking up on a burning bridge energy. You recognize that this is a bridge that is going to be burned, and you're okay with it. Not to say that you're happy about it, but you're okay with it. You know it's the right thing. You know it's the right thing. And doing that will actually turn out to be very beneficial for you. Like, you'll receive recognition for doing the right thing. It will also somehow be paying off for you tangibly, monetary. So I don't know if it's a direct payment for this or just like a karmic reward where you'll suddenly achieve some financial gains thanks to that, and it won't necessarily seem related. Might feel like luck, might feel like, oh, finally my hard work is paying off, but it will be kind of karma saying, yes, good job. There's a way that you've been going about things that may have been more traditional, more old school, more, or just habitual, you know, something that's just the way you've been doing things or the way you've been going about it, that you recognize needs to be, that the approach needs to be expanded and looked at from a new lens of truth that is more relevant to the situation, to the time, to the place. And there will be, or there is resistance from the environment to a certain degree, but it's like, I feel like your word, maybe you're in a position of authority or some sort, because your word is enough. So it's just what you decide, and so that's just how it is. And from a good place. This is not, I'm not feeling any sort of tyranny here, but just utilizing your position to exert wisdom. Interesting. Show me more, please, for Saggies. How are you guys doing? Let me know how Aries and Taurus season have been treating you. I'm picking up that there's something that you have to be focused on that you don't want to be focused on. That it's like, it's not something that you want to be occupied by, or to have, you know, live in your mind rent-free kind of thing, but it does. Could be a person, could be a situation. And you're like, oh, gosh, I don't want to have to think about that, but you need to, you know you need to. Ace of Swords, because there's a purpose. There's a purpose, there's a reason, there's truth, there's some kind of aspect of freedom, something to do with freedom. Freedom of something, freedom of someone. It has to do with justice. We have the Justice card, and it comes through in a very literal way with truth and justice. This is also liberation from outdated notions. So this is like beginner's mind kind of energy. New way of thinking, new way of analyzing, new way of processing that is not overly influenced by old paradigms or cycles or mental cycles or ways of thinking. Like, it's where tradition meets new approach. Adapt or drown kind of energy. But you're adapting. It's been difficult with the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles here. It's been the Seven of Wands. It's been a struggle. It's been a process. But right now I'm seeing an energy, especially moving into Gemini season, so towards the end of May, beginning of June, where there's different behavior that you're guiding, promoting, enacting yourself. I'm hearing welcome Saggy to your new home. That sounds very specific. I don't know who it's for, but maybe you're moving, maybe you're being offered a place. Yeah, newness is really, you know the smell of a new car or a new piece of furniture? I'm suddenly smelling something. Yeah, there's renewal here, but it's tangible. It has to do with property, place of living, something that you can smell and touch. Okay, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know, I'm short of breath. funny. I'm fine, but I'm short of breath. Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords. There's some sort of ending or coming to terms with an ending that you've been really trying to postpone. You've been trying to, you've been taking every single approach you could to it. You've been creative, you've been active in trying different ways, different tactics, different approaches, and really holding on, but you're trying to revive a dead horse, or have been, and it's not working. And the thing is, this is when you're kind of coming, accepting. Acceptance is something that is coming through very strongly after a time of like, could have been a level of denial or just, hope that you've been taking as an approach. But following that, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor. You're also now building something very, very, that could really last, long-lasting, grounded, stable, really that has like support from your environment. Could be with a leadership position that you might have, or that you might gain through it. There might be a couple of people you'll be working with on this. Some of you are literally purchasing property and building and maybe remodeling it, or just kind of maybe it's a fixer-upper as an investment. I'm picking up for some. I'm sorry. I'm sometimes my hair sits right, and sometimes it drives me nuts. I'm okay now. I'm okay now. Are you okay now? I'm just feeling out of breath. I don't know why. Maybe you want to practice breathing, conscious breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. I'm pretending to be doing this for you. I'm also doing this for myself. I'm doing this for both of us. I feel like something has entered through the bars, through the cracks, through the keyhole that you didn't expect. I don't know if it's a realization, energy, perspective. But you're like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this way? Who am I? It's almost like a different sense of self. And it's made possible because you've surrendered something. You've surrendered something you've been very stubborn with. You believed very strongly in. And some of you have been holding on to that belief beyond not believing anymore. I don't know, because, when we believe in something for a very long time, we build our life around it, right? So if we were to change that belief, so many other things have to change in order to be in alignment. So there isn't that dissonance between what you feel, think, and believe and how you live in your environment, right? And that sometimes is harder than changing the faith. A lot of times people hold on to a perspective, a belief, an approach, a dream, an opinion, and so on and so forth. Just because they tell themselves that they're holding on to that thing, but it's actually what they're holding on to is what surrounds that thing, what's built around that thing, that they don't want to have to see crumble or break down or have to rebuild or change. And some of you are realizing that you haven't been holding on to this for the sake of that thing. You've been holding on to either the comfort that it brings or the habit that were established. And I see that change here isn't even asking for your permission. Something is just going to dissolve. It's just going to dissolve, and there's nothing you can do to, all you can do is watch. And in some cases, it could be a very painful thing. Some of you have been experiencing someone that you care about, being sick and slowly fading away, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that makes one feel so helpless. And if that's the case, if that's something you've been experiencing, I'm really, really sorry. It's hard. It's very hard. But there's a legacy here. Or there's a direction that is unique to you. There's a growing process here. There's a coming to age. It's almost ceremonial, but there's no bells and whistles. It's not that kind of ceremony. It's like an internal process. It's not that I see a death and rebirth. I see a death, but the thing that is reborn is something that is already in you, or something that already exists, that is just being established or built upon further. Does that make sense? I have no idea how to name this reading. I don't know. Monthly existential shift. If you have a suggestion, please feel free to share in the comments. I feel like I want to pull an animal spirit. Just breathe. I'm picking up on some memories, suppressed memories from childhood that are surfacing, and you're like overwhelmed. And it's part of a healing process, but it's an influx. It's like one door opens and it's like a hallway of doors and all of them are now opened, and it's overwhelming. It's like you need to remind yourself, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Nothing is actually happening right now. It could also come with a level of PTSD, which stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. It's when one experiences the experience from the past that was traumatic. Traumatic as if it's happening today, right now, physically, emotionally. It's like they're there. So even if they know they're not there and they know it's okay, the body responds as if it's now, the heart, the mind. So it can be quite overwhelming. And I'm picking that up for some of you. Animal spirit for Sagittarius, please. Cobra, the teacher. Fire. So okay, this is interesting when it's coming through. So there's this profound wisdom in your cells. Okay, it's in your muscle memory, it's in your genetic code. It could be like ancestral wisdom is just, you know, delivered down the bloodline, and it's been really numb and suppressed under layers of trauma. And as the trauma is being released from your body, because the body holds on to trauma, holds on to it. So as you're like, I'm feeling it with you right now. It's crazy. So as your body is releasing it, the genetic code of this knowledge has room to wake up and express itself. It didn't have room in the system to kind of roam freely and to be. So these two things happening simultaneously for you, right? There's this release of pent-up trauma and pain that was stored in your cells and in your body. And as that is being released, the dormant information is waking up. So it's like it's a constant process of release and revival, release and revival, release and revival. And it's very profound. And as I'm saying this, my system is calming down. I'm starting to feel calmer. There it is. And then things start clicking for you. With this revived knowledge that is not burdened by the things that you're releasing. It's not muddled, screamed, analyzed, processed through a mental system that is also occupied by different traumas, right? And so that's a major upgrade in your abilities and in your gifts. I was thinking about the astrology, if there's anything that aligns with it. Pluto in the third house, Pluto's now in Aquarius, which is third house for you. Is really helping in kind of getting you to dive to the underworld of your psyche. And it stirs the shadows and the swamps that were just there. And you were just like, oh, let sleeping swamps sleep. Don't wake up the beasts that are hiding in there. But Pluto is going there and kind of, you know, sounding in alarms, ringing the bells, waking up all the beasts in the swamps. And they're all coming out to play, and it's in your psyche, and you're like, I can see you now. You've been inside of me this entire time. Ooh, wow. It's like when you go through a detox and you're like, this was inside of me. Ew. Okay. Or when you puke, you're like, this was inside of me. Ew. Sorry for going gross, but same, but with your psyche. This was inside of me. And Pluto's doing you a solid. And then Jupiter across from you in the 7th house in Gemini, it's like, you're not the smartest person in the room, right now, which although you're very used to being the smartest person in the room, because often you are, because you're very smart, but now it's in the other. The wisdom is in the other. It's in the other. And they're teaching you, and they're showing you, and they're waving a flashlight, and you're like, and then so the ego kicks in, you're like, excuse me, I'm the teacher. You're the teacher and you're the student. If you're a teacher that forgets that they're also a student should not be a teacher. Powerful reading. It started out mundane and it really grew. Let me know if it resonates. I get a lot of comments, hey, when I watched it, didn't really resonate, and then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, boom, it clicks. Everything is like exact. So watch this reading, maybe you can, what's the word when there's something that you press that saves the reading or something, whatever, do it, put it in a playlist. I don't know, do your YouTube thing, but you can save the video. Gosh, I've been a YouTuber for years and I still can't explain these very simple. This is funny. Okay, do your thing with this reading and come back to it. And I do recommend watching past month's reading, especially the last month that I've done for April, because then often when we watch something and understand it in retrospect, it's a lot more helpful. Okay guys, I'm gonna continue this reading as a Celtic cross. I'm going to do a sequel for this reading, so if you resonated or if you just want to continue further with me, it will be available on Patreon for separate purchase, or as part of unlimited streaming of all sequels and Karmic Shift and Liberation as channel member on Shifter membership. Golden Ratio includes the Catalyst Tarochi, my Tarot Masterclass, and all the sequels in Karmic Shift and Liberation. That's the Golden Ratio tier, and Shifter tier includes all the sequels. Okay, stay magic, stay true, stay free. I love you. Bye for now.